Well, the time now is 6:10 and we are live. I'm Kimberly M. Starks, accredited public relations practitioner and principal consultant of the specialist communications firm Blue Scorpion Reputation Management. And tonight we are in for another esports treat. We have a panel discussion this evening, and I will start to my top left. Tonight we have Charles Tabor. He is the founder and CEO of Epion Gaming out of North Carolina. And below we have Ron Hamlin and Evan McGraw of Virtual Reload based in South Carolina. And we are going to talk about the upcoming tournament this weekend, Warzone tournament, Brawl at the Bonfire. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening.
I think what is esports is the same question as what is basketball, what is football. I think it's entertainment through competition. I think that it's vague and all encompassing, but that's my approach to it.
Right. And Ron, what about you?
Similar idea, right? But I also see it as opportunity. If from the perspective of all, if you were to just look at all sports as an entity of, any and every sport you could play, I always like to say that esports is a level playing field. There are not many situations where you could not perform in esports at the same level as any other human being. So I'm considering like the handicap, right? And those who don't have full functionality or whatever their situation might be that prevents them from being quote unquote, very, very, very wide quotes when I say normal, right? Because they have controllers that allow you to, use your head if that's the only thing you can move to use it and everything like that. So it is a level playing field as far as the competitors, and anybody can compete at pretty much the same level as anybody else. Whereas when it comes to the physical sports, they do have the Special Olympics. So there is that opportunity for people with handicaps to perform. But again, they're in a very separate category. They're not performing with the same people who have full capabilities of their bodies. So esports provides that opportunity for everybody. And then it also opens up doors to people who don't have the same kind of opportunities as others. So if you're a player, you're really, really good at games, and you're probably not playing, or if you're not playing another sport, then esports provides a vehicle for education and economic growth.
We'll continue the theme of Virtual Reload, folks, and then I'll hand it off to you, Charles. But Ron is actually absolutely right. Esports is a great equalizer. You don't have to necessarily be as dependent on your athletic abilities or your natural stature to be really good at esports. At its basis component, it is electronic sports, right? Anything that can be done digitally. We like to refer to the other sports, the more traditional sports, as the analog sports. But it's essentially, competitive video gaming. There are some video games that don't quite fit the criteria, I believe, of esports, which are, more individual games and things like that. But I believe that esports are the video games that you can play in a competitive level against, multiple other people. In order to provide entertainment, as Jared had mentioned. So there's got to be that competitive component aspect of it for me, anyway. Charles?
Oh, okay. So I see esports as totally different than those three. Yes, I see it on a level, on a gaming, competitive side. But to me, esports is a big digital marketing campaign platform. Because how esports, that and marketing campaign, and a avenue for future entrepreneurs. And the reason I see that is because within esports, as far as how I'll go back to my first answer, esports and how esports are funded are mainly based by companies wanting to advertise on a jersey, on a stream, on some type of whatever you have. A company wants to, put their logo on. That's why you have a lot of these companies now, like Louis Vuitton's come out. Obviously, crypto's getting into it, and they see the opportunity because they're able to advertise their product through video games, through content, through different type of things within esports. So I think that's how I see esports is just a big digital marketing, right? It's a big digital marketing. Yes, like football and traditional sports are sponsored by some teams too, but they are not as dominant as esports are dominant heavy like esports are for funding. And for the second part, it's a great opportunity for entrepreneurs. Anybody that wants to start a business, anybody that wants to, have that business mentality, that wants to, be their own boss. Esports gives them that platform because there's so many different things within esports that you can do for your own, to be your own boss. Graphic designer, illustrator, editor, camera person, producing crew, anything like that. Esports is a better chance for you to be your entrepreneur than trying to get into anything else. So that's what I see esports is. I mean, granted, I love video games. I still play it, but as esports in general, just, I see it more as a big digital marketing platform and a great way to get into, being your own boss and for entrepreneurs to get in.
Yeah, you're looking at it from the industry standpoint.
Yes,
like esports as an industry.
I
completely agree. And esports has a lot of things in common with, Bitcoin and Polydoge, for example. It's really breaking the mold as far as emerging industries are concerned. And while it does have a lot of similarities to the more traditional sports, the rule set isn't set in stone right now. There are people who are emerging and creating their careers in esports that are not going the traditional route. And while there might be some opportunity to create that more traditional route, which is what we're trying to do with Virtual Reload, it is a great opportunity for folks to be able to go the non-traditional route and really represent themselves and go from rags to riches in a particular industry, especially if they have the talent for it.